Ladies and gentlemen, we are back. Sorry about the last game. The GOTV server decided to not work. I did keep retrying, but
we have contacted ESEA and nothing as of yet, so unfortunately there's nothing we could have done about that one.
Seems like we are good for this game though, so...
Yeah. I hope it doesn't cut out halfway through, because it looks like it's going to be perfectly fine. Now, I'm gonna put it down to how Guts play this. Given that they lost the last map pretty bad, like against Noxious, it was 16-3 by the end of it. Like, that's got to put a damper on your spirits. But I don't know. We'll see. They may have taken as Phoenix said, gone for a jog or downed a couple of bottles of vodka. Something to cheer them up, something to lift their spirits at least from that last game. Well, I think it definitely comes down to how Guts play this one. What are your thoughts on this game? I mean, we don't know much about Vank, but...
Well, I feel like if you're Vank, then unless they had a game, they were probably watching Guts there. I'm not sure how much you would have gotten out of that game, watching that game, like whether or not you would have been able to draw, you know, some kind of info about how they play. But I imagine that will be some form of advantage for VANQUISHERS. Is it VANQUISHERS?
Yeah,
for
VANQUISHERS. Let's call them Bank.
Yeah,
They're Bank.
But on the other hand, Guts have... You could say they've warmed up on this map.
Yeah.
And they were ready and raring to go. So I suppose it will come down to whether or not Vanquish are ready to go.
So Vanquish apparently went 11-5 over season 20. So 11 wins, 5 losses. Actually.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, 11 wins, 5 losses. So a good track record from them. I don't know what Guts did in season 20.
I'll let you know in a second.
Too easy, man. Cheers. But
Guts went 13-3, so both close on their win-loss there.
Yeah. I mean,
I can't see the actual matchups because season 20 was too long ago for ESEA's records apparently, but you know, they may have played each other at some point as well.
It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be interesting to see. I think Vanquishers. I mean, their lineup is what? Kick and Kill, Nightmare, Feeble. I think that's Banquirl. I mean,
We'll have a look, won't we?
oh, my tab's not working. Brilliant.
Yeah, it's Vanquirl.
I guess we're gonna have to. I need to fucking restart CS. Rip. I mean, I suppose it's better than doing it later. I'll try disconnecting and reconnecting. That might do it. And we're in the ninth round. Let's just leave it, eh? Phoenix, you're gonna have to be the economy man and let everyone know how the economy is going, as I do not have tab. I can see it at start of round. What am I talking about? As we get into the ninth round now. I think Guts would like CT side on this. I mean, obviously most people would, but
I don't think most people they're not really too bothered about knife rounds
too
anymore.
fast. Bo's missing a stab there. He's one left click from death. I'm pretty sure they know this by now. There he is. He's gone. And they do swap. Not surprising at all there.
Yeah.
So,
Standard.
Sorry.
I said standard.
What are your predictions on this game? At least, you reckon Guts will take it or Vanks take it? Give us the scoreline. Do it.
I am gonna say that Vanquish will take it. I think they'll probably be in a better mental state. So I'd say it'll be like maybe like a 16-10. That's what I'd say.
I was gonna go 16-12. Be a bit nicer to Guts, but who knows? Guts, as you said, being warmed up on this map compared to Vanquishers. We could see some crazy shots come out here from them as they do push towards that B site now. No counter-terrorist is rotated out. And there is no... Oh, the double nade comes in. Oh, that hurts. And here comes one slow rotate, but I think they're aware that the T's are running away. They stomped all the way down Nana, and both counter-terrorists should be rotating now. We see one. Yeah. And now they start to move. They've double stacked. One graveyard, one pit. That is a killer hold. especially if they're going around library side. As we see Nightmare, he gets one frag, and the
They
trades
haven't
come
noticed
out.
he's
The
there.
double, oh, and a third from library. Can he get the fourth? No, he can't. But
I don't think they realised Nightmare was in
They had no
library
idea.
there and manages to get 3 kills in that round. So
the
really
power
well played,
of
mate.
the USP, especially now that they changed it, so it's actually a lot harder to hear the silence shots. Not showing up on minimap, and of course, if you get shot in the back, you're not going to know, because the man from Pit was peeking at the same time. They probably thought it was him.
Yeah. They're
yeah.
well played there by Vanquish.
Oh yeah, playing
Really
the
good.
safe angles as well. Got a crossfire. It was nice. So T's do force it, which isn't surprising, but there's fucking 4 MP7s across the board and
Yeah.
1 P90s. So Vanquish going SMG Pro right here.
Close quarters, it seems.
Oh, on a
Not
map like
afraid
Ferno.
to challenge the Tech 9.
Oh no. And on a map like Ferno, the MP7 is brutal. Like, that gun is just so deadly.
A nice headshot there from Seabreeze. Seabree. Yeah, so it looks like the T's are getting ready to set up for a B take. They've sort of played around in mid, you know, try to get a little bit of space, but they do have some smokes and some flashes. So most likely, yeah, they're throwing everything down. It's going to be a B site take here. CTs are aware of it. They've got 2 people rotating now, and 1 T is lurking inside of A.
And I'm gonna call him a gunner. I'm pretty sure I think that's what it's meant to be. Can he get the frag here? Yeah. And that's a good frag. He's able to secure the back end of Vanquish and possibly even stop them from saving. But Nightmare, he wants to kill that bomb before it goes down. Doesn't quite get it, and the P90 mows him down for it. The shredding of that gun is just mean. As Blanks gets the tags onto him, he should save.
Yeah, he's in a really tough situation there. There's one coming from behind, you know. Get your 2 spots there, kind of just gets crunched at that point. Yeah, that was a good take from Guts there.
Yeah.
That's a good sign. It means, you know, it would be worrying if Vanquisher could get off to a good start. You know, they could string a few rounds before Guts get anything. But it's a good sign to see that they are,
Yeah.
they're going to take a round early here. And
I
back
definitely
into it,
agree with you on that. And I definitely think that if Vanquish were to take that first round and then the second and the third, it may have put Guts right back to where they were the other game, demotivated and just not really giving it their all, it seemed like. But I shall refrain judgment because they won the force by significantly as well. You know, it was 4v2 when
Yeah,
they
it
had
was
the sight and the bomb
well
down.
played. Fortunately, that's the power of the Tech 9 at this moment in time.
Oh yeah,
When you're buying, you know, an SMG like the
in patch
MP7,
history.
you know, unless you're holding a really tight corner, and you know, you got that spray down, 3k there from A.
Wow, they just line up for him.
Wow, what a play there.
Luke
Guts
is
are just
following
gonna-
up.
There's no playing around here. They're not going to fall for the same stuff that Vanquishers have fall for, and that's a really clean round there from them. Don't lose any people there, and you know, that's full nades and weapons for them now. Be interesting. They'll probably stick with the SMGs for this round.
I'd kind of like to see a force buy here from Vanquish. Not a full one, just a pistol armor. They've got just enough money to be able to do it and maybe even buy next round. With the win-loss bonus, I'm pretty sure they'd be able to. They'd be strapped on nades, so they do just go for that eco. 4 P250s and a flash, not much, you know. $1,400 invested into this round. Let's see if they can get a frag and maybe steal a...
Yeah, it's all going to come down to the first kill here, because as soon as Guts realise that Vanquishers are on an eco, yeah, it's going to be a sight push, and at that point, you know, you got to hit some good shots in order to stop that.
The fact that Guts got a clean round last round as well, I mean, it's tough. Like, it's tough on CT's side to win the first, lose the second, and then when T's get a clean round after that, I mean, their economy is going to be so good. Like, what is the economy of Guts at the moment?
Well, they have a pretty solid economy. It's pretty even all around, though, but I imagine after this round, we
Good
will
shots
see a
coming in there
change.
from Blank.
But Guts, once again, cleaning up. Still haven't lost a man here. This is really good for their economy. But yeah, like, they're all on 3k, and, you know, that'll that'll go up after this, and Vanquishers will be able to get a full buy next round though.
There's Cadius, he just wants a frag, he just maybe wants to steal a gun and run away, so he's going to be on that in that arch, but I'm pretty sure T's are expecting him to be doing that stuff, like, especially on an eco, you know they're frag hungry. He's holding a good angle though.
Fortunately though, even if he does take that
he
kill,
picks
which
it.
he won't, he's only rewarded with an MP7, so...
Yeah, hey.
Um,
Now we see the buy up here from
just need to
Vanquishers.
see whether or not they drop the... Oh, yeah, so they are going to buy AKs, and I think...
Now, Guts
Fine,
did
I
this
will.
last game, I do believe I casted. They kept one man with a P90 until he died.
Yeah,
Which, you know...
it's alright, look,
yeah,
at the end of the day,
a gun's
if
a
you
gun.
want like a maybe a quick second man or an entry in, you know, you want to send somebody in for information, the P90's kind of like the perfect gun for that.
Oh yeah, because you can
And
run
it
away
seems
and
like
shoot.
CTs are stacking on banana. They're trying to go for some information there.
smoke-
They've
this-
deep smoked that. Is that correct?
Yeah, yeah. The smoke
Yeah.
just, like, doesn't mean anything. Again, dude gets sprayed down to 26 HP through the smoke there. Cadius with a good frag now. Counter-terrorist pushing all the way down banana. They should get a good read on the situation. They're rotating one man round. It's going to be a bit of a rotate. But I do believe he'll probably hold the arch with Nightmare as he holds from the Vine side. And flashes go out here, and Gona for the entry. One man hiding in Graveyard. He gets taken out. That was a good shot there from Fluke Artist. And he gets the second. Can he get a third? Is on top of the box. He can. That's a huge entry there. Can he get a fourth? Not quite, but he wants it. The nade comes in. Didn't do much damage. And he gets him through the smoke. Fluke, he wants the ace. Can he get it? Counter-terrorist is running away now. He knows he has to save, but with 5 terrorists alive, especially on a map like Inferno, that's going to be hard.
18 HP.
I think he
Can he
might
finish
get
it?
it.
Is he gonna back off?
So, the position, the reason why he's holding this is because the terrorists did push down mid and go towards
it doesn't
9.
spot
Oh
him.
no. Oh no, he's got an opportunity now to completely save if they didn't spot him.
Yeah, no, they haven't, and he's gonna save now.
Yeah, he's going to keep that gun. Making sure he doesn't make any noise on the drop down.
I really like that smoke out of Guts there. I don't know if you saw that, but they have a smoke where it lands just inside the little truck, like the seats where the truck is, and it will smoke
it allows you to
off,
see legs.
yeah, it'll smoke off the whole of balcony there, and basically, you know, it eliminates anybody seeing you from inside, which is, you know,
Yeah.
it's a super cool smoke to see.
It's a
teams use.
lovely smoke. I'm never able to land it, because I'm bad. But it's a lovely smoke. I think those types of smokes get used a lot more at these lower levels because the individual fragging and the team coordination isn't as good as, you know, the higher ranked teams, and you see a lot of one-way smokes and that sort of stuff going off. Now, that smoke there wasn't a one-way. The only disadvantage I think it has is being able to be shot from the feet. Like from the dude from pit, and not being able to see back as Blank gets a nice frag there, and Guts have control of top mid. I mean, they're controlling this map very well at the moment. Vanquisher's not able to really get much control anywhere. And we're going to see Feeble save again. Oh. But he could be running right into the T's. I don't think he's saving. I think he might be going for the frag here. Let's see if smoke means anything, because usually it doesn't. And nah, he's going for exit frags, which is a smart thing to do. Maybe trying to get a gun for his other mate.
Yeah, you've got this is really good stuff out of Guts here. To, you know, they get off to a good start here and completely reset from what they went through earlier.
Oh, good double frag there. He lost the rifle, but that was still a very nice frag. There's a lot of damage. Takes out another.
Yeah.
So sadly, one of those guys at a P90. It seems like Tom Liner loves that gun because that's all he's used so far. As he finally buys an AK.
Indeed. So we got a full buy, full smokes out of Vanquishers here, and Guts are the same full buy right now.
Oh,
Oh, a lovely pick there.
that was a
from
lovely
Nightmare.
pick. He almost got the collat as well. He didn't quite tag the other man, but it was very close to it. And now, this is a round where we see Guts as a team work together in a 4v5. So, it really comes down to how they work together. Now, there is one man in apps, and he got tagged down by a nade 57. Honestly, if someone were to run to those stairs and chuck one at him, it'd go down. They know they're trying to get up balcony. They keep failing the jump, Guts. And this is going to cost them a player or two.
Bankroll is going to be there to shut them down when they finally do get
He
there.
had literally been waiting there for like 20 to 30 seconds for them to actually manage to make the jump. I think they may need to do some KZ climb maps here.
Just think, if the other guy had made that jump instead of him, he would have died instead of him, and then, you know,
Would have been
he'd
sad.
still be playing. So some saltiness maybe would come out after that play. Probably not. But
Now,
might get a bit fruity. You know.
Nightmare on the Kenny S spot with the AWP. It's a very commanding position back aside there, especially when you got one man
He's gonna
close.
use it well.
Now T's are in a
Nice ball bang
strap
around.
situation. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, I thought he wouldn't check right. That was well read there from KDS, knowing that he's going to be rotating towards the B site, trying to get one of the rotators with a frag. I mean, it would have been nice to see Guts maybe going around the world, or even one of my favorite strats, when you're trying to go for an A take through the jungle, is as soon as you get arch and library control, you slow the hell down if you've got like 40 seconds left, because it means the counter-terrors rotating from B have to play very passive, and you're almost guaranteed a frag on one of them while they rotate towards the A site. I don't think Guts is that type of team though. I don't think they like slowing down when they do a take.
Yeah. They're playing just the normal Australian way, I suppose, of just absolute brute strength. You know, mad entries and just trying to, you know,
Fail to jump again.
take these, you know, choke points and just say that, you know, here in Australia we don't care about choke points. And
Here comes the A take now.
destroy that. That's a nice molly there.
Oh
that's gonna
no,
get
the
taken
team,
out by the
his teammate smoked it. His teammate smokes his own molly. I love it. As Blank gets the frag onto the dude in jungle, and again they're wrapping around now. Fluke is going to get taken out. Yeah, that was to be expected, and nice kill there from Kick and Kill, but we've got 2 terrorists on the site now, maybe third. Can Kick and Kill get another frag? No. Yes, actually he does, and it's into a 2v1. With the AWP as well, Feeble can do this.
He can. It'll be all up to whether or not how well he plays this. I don't know whether he knows that the bomb is dropped there.
Angle.
And yeah, Seabear's on point there. He's not going to have any of that nonsense, and he will take the round for Guts. 6-2.
I feel like in rounds like that, when it's a 1v1 or 1vx on the A site, library is the worst place you can go. And I say that just because it's kind of like the norm. Like, I mean, in saying that, there's only really 4 ways you can get onto the A site, you know, but from a rotate from B side, I always find you're better off going through archers. It leaves you vulnerable to 2 angles, of course, straight away when you push out, but
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty certain that the somebody who's playing the spot that Seabear was playing in can actually see you before you see them.
especially if you're shift walking that corner like he did. You see the whole shoulder before they even see anything.
So it's a rough angle to try and make work. We're gonna see a bomb
Nice.
dropped outside of mid here.
Oh, but Fluke, what is that? What is
Doesn't
that?
even-
Sorry for the squealing, but like, I don't even know. It's literally like they didn't hear him boost or anything, and Fluke Artist just pops out and sprays him through the smoke while he's boosted.
I mean,
And they're just waiting for the frags here. It's
just
Vanquish
why not?
making the
They're just
mistakes.
sitting in that mid area waiting for the CTs to peek them. Slowly but surely opening up A site.
I mean, apart from the man on the A site, he did maybe overpeak that, but
Eagles
given
gonna
this
get a nice little
situation,
shot here, and we'll get traded by Tom lineup.
given the situation, I think the player on the site didn't overpeak. Like, in that situation, you need to get information on whether or not it's apps, and it was just Angona knowing where he's going to be playing from, realizing he's not in pit, and waiting for the angle. Basically what Guts did everywhere. I mean, Fluke Artist got the flukiest kill I think I've seen in a while onto the dude on porch, but
Well, I mean, look, that's his name, isn't it?
Hey,
The Fluke Man himself.
it was a masterpiece of a play.
Was indeed.
We see counter-terrorist saving here. The terrorist should go for the frags. What's the, because my tab still doesn't work. What's the money on Guts' side like?
Really good for Guts, but terrible for Vanquish.
What's the highest amount of money on Guts?
Around 950 at the moment. That will go up though after this round. I'm Fluke Artist. Yeah, that's 13k now.
And they're not saving
And
for the rest of the half.
Three players on 10k.
Oh wow, we can see it now. That's Guts, like, no longer saving. They don't need to this entire half. 5 more rounds, like 10k, technically 22k on both of their top players. That should last you fucking so long. Like, it really should.
It'll depend how
Vanquish.
well
Yeah.
Vanquish play here, but as you know, this is another eco here with 1M4.
Oh, here comes the spray
If this
down.
goes well for Guts, then that's even more economy towards them, and then it just becomes, you know, this train of just like, it's unstoppable at that point, the economy, and you just have to, you know, work on your saves and hope that when you do get a buy round, you make it count.
Did you see that flash there? The timing on that is... Oh no! Blank with the huge frags. I mean, only eco players, but nice lineup there.
Mate.
The flash, right, comes out literally as he shoulder peeks a corner and pops in the pixel of the shoulder peak. That was
Lovely
harsh.
stuff.
So Guts 8-2 at the moment. Vanquishers not having much luck. They're being, as well as a bit outstratted, it's mainly the aim at the moment. Guts is just out-aiming them. And I think, like you said, it comes down to the warm-up that they had in the previous game.
Mm. Indeed. And I would like to, at this point, Guts are hitting A lot.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're super hitting that A site there. And I feel like sometimes when you're playing this A, you can play a...
4-1 setup.
You can play a setup that Virtus Pro used to do, where basically, yeah, you have 4 on that A site and 1 on that B site, and basically you have a whole bunch of smokes that you can throw from A site that will land in, you know, just in that B choke point, and basically you only really need one player to sit there. Famously, it's MBK with his DAC back on the Envious. But,
MBK with his DAX. Oh, honestly, Cadius waiting for the sound of the Molotov to be thrown. Ugh, pardon me. Waiting for the sound of the Molotov to be thrown and peeking as soon as he lets go of Mouse 1. That was cheeky.
Yeah. It's now that I've said that, apparently we're going towards B.
Well,
So,
here's the thing: is Guts hasn't been pushing the B side, but they've been sending 1 or 2 guys there to, you know, to keep the pressure on them, to keep that one man from rotating, and Nightmare's in one of the best spots to hold the B site from, and everyone knows it. Blank, it's all up to him now as, yes, one tries to transfer spray onto a man, but he was not in barbecue. Not able to get them delicious sprayed ribs, as we see. Kick and kill moving up from Nana in. What is that shot?
see now, as you are in this position that Vanquish is in, now you really have to sort of like see the mind games that you've played here. Like, they've succeeded every time they've gone to A, and they've had a lot of contests when they've gone towards B side. So you have to feel like on that gut side, they're just going to go, alright, well, we may as well keep with what's working, and that's the A side. So this would probably be the perfect time to play kind of that 1v1 maybe you have one player who's like, you know, that kind of rotate position, but at this point, as we can see here, it does actually seem like they are going to go for that 4-1 setup.
And Vancouver comes up to him getting this frag, and he spots the barrel. His mate's there, I didn't even notice. They double stack the apps, and that is a good read there from Vancouver, like you were saying. Knowing that they failed on that B site, knowing that Guts is going to end up hitting A because it's been working for them, and that nade there takes Tom Liner down to 69. Mean Gen. And, honestly, I think they're doing almost exactly what you said. Playing a bit aggressive on the B site here, getting more information. And Cadius, he needs to hit that, and he does. Now they know it's going to be A, and Terrace, they have to execute quick here. We see Blank heading towards the jungle. He's going to have no backup, actually, as the man rotates through Speedway now. but Guts are playing it slow, and this is something I wouldn't expect from a team like Guts. They've been playing very fast all the other rounds, and now they've slowed the hell down, and it costs them a player for it, maybe even a second.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, that Molotov separates the two T players,
He
and this is
doesn't
the
spot
time.
him there. Seabear's just ignoring the guy up on balcony. Completely focused on Bankroll, but yeah, like we were saying before, I think they were super focused on not getting trapped there, and they were under a lot of pressure. Blank is going to take out Cadius,
There goes the
and
bomb.
Cadius will take out Blank, and then Bankroll will take out Seabear.
So your thoughts
Alright.
on that? Like, should they have gone B, or should they have done what they did and slowed down? Because something tells me that a mid to B may have been the choice there.
Problem with going mid to B, or you know, that around the world, is that they had a player in library and a player on that arch. So if you choose then to go mid to B, you're going to be under a lot of contest. Also, they had a smoke on that arch, so it would have been. I just don't feel like as a player, when seeing all of that, like the movement and a pressure over on that side, you kind of like mentally you just go, that's not worth it.
Yeah.
Go for the open exit, which is like, kind of that. Like,
the nade
God,
hits him
man.
in the face. Come on.
but yeah, it's just kind of like that that sort of funneling kind of play.
Yeah.
And the CTs are just going to push straight through Banana here. They got up behind them, but it seems like the T's.
Mate,
the T's are
the frags coming
aware
out
of it.
here. Like, I think that's 3 face nades we've had all game. Like,
right.
just imagine how much it would hurt to get something metal like that thrown at your face. Like, even bar the explosive part.
Yeah, well,
like,
I mean, I imagine the explosive part would probably be worse.
Oh, maybe a little.
Just a little bit. Cadius is in a really good position here to stop this push. They are not going to check it. He's only going to get one, though, and he's going to get traded by... is that Liner? And now a 2v3. CTs have rotated 2 over to B side, and the Ts are playing mad mind games here. They're going back to A side, but they're going to have to take out Kick and Kill, who is inside pit. He is the anchor of the site, and he's going to get taken out by Blank.
So
They were aware that there was one player there, and they take him out quite smoothly. So that's a really well played round there from Guts, using the mind games, trying to get the CTs to rotate, and it's worked. So now we're into a 2v2, one player on site, one player in pit. Blank will take out one, and now it is all up to Feeble. He's going to get peeked from pit, going to take him out, and he's going to grab the second as well. What a clutch by Feeble.
That was
well
lovely.
played there. And he's got the defuse kit as well. That's really well done by him.
So, thank God for that retake from Feeble, because Kick and Kill has been playing that pit position every round. Like, same position as well. He's been swapping it up and going apps, no doubt, but when it comes down to the later seconds in the round, you know, after, with maybe 30 to 40 seconds left, and they know that they can either rotate or hit B, he pulls back to pit. Now, that is a brilliant position. You know, it gives you command of the whole site. You can see absolutely everything from there. Like, if they're planning, you can hear it, and you can see them run onto site, you can cover apps, but if you've played that the last 3 times, they've, you know, rotated or taken the site with minimal players, of course that's going to be the one area they make sure to check.
Yeah, exactly. You play it too much, it becomes an automatic check for the Ts. And, you know, when you're on T side, that's something you just mentally do, you know. This guy plays here a lot. Obviously, you're going to check that, and Seabear's going to shut down Feeble.
Good read there from Guts to not play aggressive Nana at all, knowing that they are pushing down. Counter-Terrorist did do a deep smoke there, so last time they did that, they pushed Nana. This time they do it, they push Nana. Guts read that like a book.
Yeah,
I think they're that type of team where it really does come down to reading the enemy more than doing your own plays.
Yeah. They're adapting really well to the Vanquish playstyle here. Everything that the Vanquish changes up, they adapt to really quickly. So, and you know, that's really impressive play there. That's a bit of a self-flash, but he gets away with it at the end.
Guts are, you know, first side of the half. They lost the pistol, and then they play aggressive. They win the second round, then they play aggressive, win the third, play aggressive, win the fourth, and then they slow it down on the fifth. And I just feel, the team beat comes out there from Blank, but It honestly is. It's a good way of playing. You know, mixing up your play style so much that the enemy has to play passive. They're forced to play passive at the moment, Vanquish. They can't go for quick rotates or anything because of the way Guts is playing. And good shot there from Nightmare, mate. Sleeping gown over there. He's just holding that angle. We could see
there.
him. Oh,
Gonna make it up and kill Nightmare.
mate.
Now 2v1 and Seabear have none of it.
He's going ham with that.
Another really easy take there from Guts. They just seem to know exactly where the CTs are, and working off what you were saying before, they play that aggressive style at the start, so they can put pressure on the CTs. They can put pressure on Vanquish. They say, we're playing aggressive, we're in control here, and they sort of like force the CTs to play certain controls. Then you slow it down, and it becomes easier to read them because they're kind of fearful of your aggressive play. So it just becomes a lot easier to read them. And now at this point, it has gotten to a point where they literally just seem to know where the CTs are playing. So, gonna get Nico kill there from Cadius, but unfortunately it's just gonna bring it to a 4v4. There's shots coming out from everywhere, and the CTs are gonna rush down Banana. Seen this before, and Seabear's gonna take it out. Feeble is going to back off into B-site. And the T's are
going for this
thinking
B-take.
Yeah, they're
No,
thinking
it's a fake.
about it.
They're completely faking it, but they need one man to be pushing up still into that B site. As one of the counter-terrorists is actually... Oh, wow.
They
That's
have
bad.
rotated. Oh,
That's bad play from the one player at top Nana. He should have heard them running away. He should have noticed they're not pushing, but instead he keeps calling the rotate for Nightmare. And
Seabear's going to take him out.
not to say it's all his fault. Like, it's not. It was a good play there from Guts to...
It's a bit miscommunication there, and sort of not reading that well. And Seabear is just...
He's destroying... What is his score
I don't know
at
what's
the
going
moment?
on here, man. This guy seems to just know where they are. He's fucking insane.
Mate, he's hitting your shots, that's for sure.
Yeah,
And
he sure is.
ESEA restarting the frags on the first half. Let's have a look at Seabear. So...
It's that game sense, man.
Oh, he's only got 10 frags, but those 10 frags have been in the last how many rounds? Like, 4, I think, maybe?
Yeah, he's fragged big recently.
As soon as he gets that AWP, he just goes ham, and... Fluke Artist actually topping the server at the moment. Well, actually blank topping the server, so the ESEA statistics is lagging behind. Probably should have refreshed that.
He's on 13 at the moment. And 10-5
And
here
there
for
it is, yeah.
Vanquishers. It's looking a bit rough here at the moment. Guts are a very, they know what they're doing. They're a well-established team, and I feel like they're looking for a win here.
And
So
Guts...
this CT side, I would expect them to be very solid. But saying that, Vanquish will take B site here,
Look at the
and they're going to
rotator.
have to face... Oh my god.
Oh no, the play!
Now this is something you don't see every day here, but it seems like the CTs are wise to their ways. They already know it's happening.
Mate, when
And
you
now
run a marathon...
Yeah, it's becoming a game of ring around the rosies, as the T's will take A site, but they're not... I don't know whether they're expecting it to be such a fast rotate from the T's.
Tomline are doing a good job
going to
there.
take one in apps, and now it's going to be a 3v3 here. The T's are buried in sight.
There's no kit on Guts, so they're gonna have to work fast to be able to... Oh
That's
god,
not good
the
there.
one taps are just on point for Tomliner. That's 2. The 3 has gone actually.
Going to have to ace this
Of
to
course,
win.
can he hit the ace? I'm pretty sure he can. Do it for the
All
memes,
about-
mate. And through the
And he
balls.
does it, but does he have enough time?
Runs past the bomb.
He doesn't have enough time to defuse it.
He would have had that if he didn't run past the bomb.
No, I
Ah,
think
still.
either way would have been
Huge,
rough.
huge ace there from Tomliner. Like, that was
Yeah,
well
that's really
played.
good.
Nice
Like,
USB
okay.
taps. Where does that take him on the scoreboard, mate? 11 frags, so... Sitting at 6 before, now meeting his friends on double digits.
Indeed.
Frags are quite even on Vanquish's side. I think it's just purely come down to the reads here from Guts. And winning that round, Vanquishers do buy up, but Guts, knowing that they killed every single one of them, they're wanting to hurt him back. And they're looking
Yeah.
to take this second round after the pistol again off Vanquishers. If they can do this, I think it might be over for Vanquishers, to be honest. They've got
Well,
1 AK
yeah.
and 2 Galils. Like,
Also, it'll be interesting to see if Guts can read Vanquish's T side as well as they could their CT side. And we're going to get just a pause in action here as the T's get ready to execute. We've got some pressure over on B. It seems like they're just looking for an opening here, and the T's are heading back towards that B site. So we're going to see a B push, and the CTs have read this really badly. They've come completely off site. If the T's push in now, this is really bad for CT. I don't know what happened there with that read. I don't know why they backed off the site, but they've completely lost control now, and that's an easy take there from Vanquisher. But a 5v5 retake.
Oh,
Anger's going to take down Vanquish.
caps are on at the moment. Now,
Trying to challenge Feeble there. Flukester gets Nightmare, and Cadius will take out Fluke. And
I
now
think-
3v4. It's-
Guts know that the Guts
Yeah.
know that they should save,
Well,
but they keep getting frags, so
no,
they
At
don't.
this position, it's like a 5v5.
Oh god!
but Feeble
Oh
wins.
god! Oh
Jesus.
no! It's gone down.
Feeble says no once again. The man himself.
Mate.
Yeah,
So
look at that. It was a 5v5 retake.
no,
I think
like
they were just. It was so fast that they were like, we're pushing in, we're pushing in, we're pushing in. They were getting frags. They were pressuring it well, but Feeble there in dark just manages to really drill them down and take a lot of them out there. How many was that in the end? Was that 4?
4,
3, or-
yeah, a lovely 4K at the end there.
Yeah, yeah,
I got to
really
say,
nice.
like, the reason why I thought Guts should pull back and save there is in the situation where I started to call it, there was still 4v5, and then it was 4v3, and then it was 4v2, and then it was 0v2. So, like, round changing very, very quick there as we see Guts against Vanquish, actually, slowing it down a lot, and Guts not going for any info. They just want to hurt the economy of Vanquish at the moment. My cat has fallen asleep on the desk on my mouse mat.
Lovely stuff.
I know, right? I was going to leave hair all throughout my mouse mat and desk, but hey. As we see the terrorists, they're sending up towards B. Now, 3 AKs, a Famus, and a Galil. That's respectable. You know,
Yeah,
on an
and
actual
especially
buy
against
round.
Eco
but-
as well. Like this
yeah.
is gonna, it's gonna be a really hard hold here for the CTs, and yeah, I would expect that they might even just be able to
That
open this site out
smoke
with
there
others.
benefits Fluke Artist. The one that they just threw and is going to plant in front of...
Nightmare knows about it though.
Mate! What is that?
Take Luke out.
Who cares about smoke, man? I'm saying it time and time again, but...
But they have no clue that Anger's still inside the site, or do they know it?
I think they don't know for sure, but they're definitely wary, and then he gets spots out by
Yeah, he's
Nightmare.
gonna get spotted there.
Yeah, and he
Gonna
goes
get
down.
drilled by Nightmare. And
So-
now it's gonna be going for exits here.
Yeah, I reckon... Oh, the tap from kick and kill. He doesn't quite see the second. I believe he could see his shoulder at... No, is that APC? Yeah, Armored Personnel Carrier. I got it right.
Yeah, you went there. 10-8. It's a pretty decent comeback so far from Vanquishers.
Oh yeah, we need to see Guts either take this first rifle round or at least kill 4 of the terrorists. Especially given their economy terrorists, if they do lose like 4 to 5 players this round, even if they win, you know, next round they're going to be able to get a bare minimum. You know, they might be able to afford an AWP, but if they do, one person's going to probably end up going without armor. Now, I'd like to see Guts, in the next round, if they lose this, play very aggressive from one position. Because they haven't done it yet on CT side.
Yeah, they are playing really, like, just passively, I think. I think they're just
Gonna boost
trying
one up.
to, you know, wait for the call and take the... I'd let them peek them and take those... I'll take only the battles that they're forced to take. I don't know what that smoke was from Fluke, but he seemed to enjoy it. That's not bad, actually. Nice little window there into Banana.
Tomlin, he manages to tag one man down to 51 through the smoke, and counter-terrorists are just pulling back so hard as Seabear goes into the library. Now, this is a good read from him. But they are aware of it, and Phoebes, he tags him down low. CBA can still get this kill. I don't think he will, though, as he peeks out at the right time, but...
Seabear's hiding behind that fridge.
Mate, he's as cold as ice, dude. As we see the frags go out, there's still one man on the site, and he sprays down the bomb. That is big. 24 seconds left. He gets a second as well. That's big. Getting the bomb down there means that there's almost no time, and he is forced to plant. And the bomb goes down because of it. That's a good round there from Guts.
1v1, and time is just...
It's not enough time.
Yeah,
and
it's just
Blanks
not enough
knows
time
it.
here for
He's
the
going to
Thieves.
run. That came down to killing the bomb there, and that was very well played from the man on site to wait. Even though he saw the man pushing coils as well, he waited for that bomb to go down and just sprayed the hell out of it.
Yeah, indeed.
It was very, very well done. And now, as I said, Vanquishers, they lost this one, or they lost that one, and now they have almost no money to buy. There is a Glock on... No, he's getting an AK, so it's all AKs. That's good. But I do believe that they will be strapped for cash next round, especially if they win it. No, lose it, my bad. What am I saying? Getting a bit too hot over here. I think I'm melting a bit too much.
And the heat is destroying brainwaves. Anyway, so the T's are going again for this very standard setup. They've been doing this pretty much every round, but they have... We've seen pretty much the same kind of style from Guts as well, but a bit more aggressive on that A site. Basically just keeping 2 in Banana and keeping that pressure on Banana so that they can't rotate off too quickly, and you know, just sort of playing for that that opening on A site there. Because it's all really, Inferno, in that early game, it really all comes down to being able to get a pick, and then playing the CTs rotates and trying to make them.
So I don't know if this is something that apparently I can only do, but if you're sitting at new box and they go for a smoke take onto B, you can hear them all running away because they all didn't hold shift when they were moving back then, and I don't know. I always like you're able to tell whether or not it's a fake on B Inferno rather easily by holding that spot, and I don't know. They may have changed the sound a bit, but I feel like maybe they should be a bit more on point with that call, whether or not it's going to be a B hit or a rotate, because one man was, and that's a nice double kill there from Fluke Artist, one man was rotating from the A site already, like when they threw those Molotovs and smokes, and you know, the counter-terrorists moving into deeper positions on the map, but in the end it doesn't matter because terrorists went around the world and got raped anyway.
Pretty much.
Probably shouldn't use that word, but it basically was.
What is this? 5 smokes and Glocks.
Legit strat. I think they're going to smoke the hell out of A and rush.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah, they are. They're going to smoke the shit out of A and then just rush it. I need to watch this from another position.
Yeah, I just want Guts to not be arseholes about this. Just let them throw their smokes, because it's going to be sick.
Oh, lovely smokes coming out there.
This is insane.
We see spray down coming from jungle and another one from Diggity.
But they forgot. Australian people don't care about smoke.
And will Vanquishers even get the bomb down? He's
just
doing a smart thing.
The blanket's wise to the ways.
Mate.
And take him out. What was that? That's some serious smokes right there.
I kind of think they should have saved that for a buy round. Like, it's smart to do it on the eco and maybe get the plant to be able to buy up full nades in this round. Like, they can't now because they didn't get that plant there.
Yeah.
Bit strapped for cash, but on a strat like that, you want to save it for a buy round. Because a team like this, as soon as they throw those smokes again, they're going to know it's going to be an A take. And double Molotov down B.
Look, that's something you don't see every day.
Good shot
5
there.
smokes on one site. It's not
Bizarre.
too often. But unfortunately for them, it seems like most Australian people have no real quarrel with smokes and can just sort of spray through them and get kills. So
it's nice to see Guts changing up their playstyle, sending 3 men towards the B instead of the 1, and Tom Liner hitting a nice frag there and tagging the second. Oh no! He had 9 HP and is trying to get him through the car, but it wasn't happening. Ended up having to hit him in the head. Oh, that hurt.
now our 2v3, the CTs are on the opposite sites. So it's going to come down to the individual play of Tommy. He is going to get one. He should hear them in apps here, and he's going to pull out on the flank. And just going to be too late there, and Seabear is going to go for the retake.
A lot of people don't know about this one.
Relatively well so far. So, you know, maybe he can pull out a miracle for his team, but unfortunately, Feeble takes the right angle and takes him out.
So, a lot of people don't know this, but what the fuck is that? Whatever. In Inferno, when you're holding that diggity position, if you do end up having people that push towards the... Like, let me start again. When you're playing diggity and you have people push through mid and through balcony at the same time, you can turn around and throw a Molotov and a grenade off the pillar at pit, and it bounces onto balcony. It's a really nice counter nade to any sort of rush there when you're playing diggity. And also, it means the terrorists are forced to run into the Molotov or the nade, given the timing that they had left, but... You decided to instead wide peek the angle and Molotov it, and that spray through smoke. That's volatile.
It's rough, isn't it?
He's been walking that entire way, like no one saw him. And
It's
Tom
hard
Liner,
in the Australian scene.
the shadow. That sucks. When you peek and boiler, they see a shadow before they see you, and meant Tom Liner was just easy kill for him. Now, terrorists, they don't have control of the A site yet, despite getting one frag and a huge tag onto blank. But
we'll see a rotate here from the B site because of all the pressure on A, and it seems like the terrorists aren't sure whether or not they want to go B. They're sort of like dancing around banana here. They have serious pressure here in mid, and they're going to get a frag there, open that up, and it's going to be an around the world B split here.
So... I mean...
Player on B, it's... I mean, look, Fluke, you're gonna need a Fluke it, mate. And
they Molotov him. But he gets a frag. Can't quite hit a second, though. He gets burnt to death. Wait, burn...
Death position as well. But
yeah, hey. Burn the witch, as it were. And counter-terrorist is saving, which is a smart thing to do. It's going to be 10-13 after this round, and... I don't know what the economy is on Guts because my tab's not working, but I imagine it's pretty good.
It's rough for Guts.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, hundreds. They're in hundreds.
Ooh, fair enough. Actually, yeah, it would be considering the previous wins that Vanquish have done. And I think Vanquish have kind of worked out how to defeat Guts Reed here by not so much playing very aggressive, but doing all the pre-nades that they know on this map and then playing it slow. And just waiting for Guts to peak. That round, it did come down to Guts maybe over-peaking two angles, where they shouldn't have. So I think Guts need to slow down a bit on their plays and maybe go for the information quick round, because they know Vanquish is playing slow. Even though you're vulnerable to the pre-nades, like, I feel like they need to get that information to be able to make the right call, because I'm not seeing any quick sort of rotates onto the site, like no 3 stacks or... The 3 stack that they did have, they played aggressive on the B side and ended up losing one of them, and they've 3 stacked it again. They're not playing aggressive now. I don't mind the 3 stack B. What are your thoughts on it? Like,
I think that if you're going to 3 stack B, it's an eco 3 stack B. I don't see there any point in putting 3 on B for full rifles unless you know that the T's just hit B every single round. And if that's not the case, then I don't see any purpose in doing it on a full buy round. Just because it's just so easy to hold that off with smokes and using the choke point correctly. But they've basically just going to put all pistols on that B site and then their rifles on A. And hope for the best. Once again, same setup as last round. 3A, blank, not going to be able to pick up the kill there on Feeble. And that will open up a site. However, he did drop an AK rank.
Oh, the spray down.
3 there.
That was a mistake from Guts, like a mistake and a half, man. You lose one man, you don't keep rushing that corner.
Yeah, look, I feel like there was probably a bit of miscommunication there. They probably assumed when that pick went down on A site, there was probably a call saying it's A. and then all the pistol players, you know, collectively decided that they would rush through the smoke, and they were met by a nasty man who murdered them all.
As we see, Seabear is trying to save that. You know,
Yeah.
is trying to
Gets
get away.
harder and harder nowadays with this round time.
And there's the Molotov I was actually talking about, thrown there straight off a pillar, and it lands perfectly on balcony. It's lovely.
Unfortunately, that one didn't. It just sort of exploded in the air there.
All right, he failed it. That makes me sad now. As we see, 13-11 to Vanquishers. They've done a good job of coming
Yeah,
back
they
in this
really
half.
have.
Like a really good job.
This is good stuff from Vanquishers. And a bit worrying for Guts. They had such a massive lead, and they're also on the side that they wanted to be on. I feel like this is going to be a tactical pause for Guts. I would imagine.
Yeah, I think in the Oz scene, it seems like Inferno is a bit T-sided.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw a 10-5 half from Guts on the.
I think
the
that
first one, but
I think Oz CS is more T-sided just in general.
yeah, it's a bit about the individual like frags. There's a lot of reading the other team there, but it's a lot of individual play in the Oz scene at the moment. I can't speak for the higher divs, but definitely for ESEA, it just seems like they're focused on individual play more than they are tactics. We see quite a few tactics still coming out, like that 5 smoke A take, but we really don't get that much compared to when I'm watching like professional games and that sort of stuff. Again, they are a lot higher teams, but
I don't know. I see there's some good stuff coming out of Vanquishers here. They've shown us some nice stuff here. I'm actually interested to see these guys play, in a tournament. See how well they do over time, and if they can actually string together wins. Because what I've seen so far, I'm really enjoying what they're doing and how they're playing. It's just smart CS, and it's really nice to see.
yeah, again, Vanquishers, answering back to the Guts read on the T side, like clearly showing that they can do the exact same back to them. I'd like to see Guts switch up their positions more on the B side. They're kind of playing the same positions and/or playing aggressive, and like they're doing now, they're playing aggressive onto that car position and sending that one other man back. Nope, I take that back.
Same sort of default was coming out there from Vanquishers, but it seems like they may have sensed the presence with the smoke in that banana, and they've backed off their 2 banana players a bit further down. I think they're probably going to try and get the control of banana, and they'll dedicate their guys over there. Whether or not they'll actually execute will be interesting to see. Yeah, there'll be a smoke going down here, and yeah, you'll see them back off here. I feel like that is a I feel like the way Vanquishers work on their T side is they like to have a lot of map control.
Oh yeah.
And that's why they do, in that default, that start, they have those 3 guys that will play top A, and then they'll have those guys that will play in banana. And so now we're going to see a 4-way out, and they're going to get mulched by Guts there, but Feeble
That was a lovely
going
two-piece.
ham over in B side.
But the
Just
bomb,
opens it up completely, and now a 2v1. Seabear is in a good position here. He's going to
he can
catch
get this
Cadius
frag,
off
he can
guard. He's not
defuse
gonna
in
get
time.
the frag, though.
He knows where the other man's
Gets
coming
him through
from.
the wall. Seabear's going to try to stick it.
He's gonna
and here
stick
comes
it.
the Molly.
Pros don't fake,
He's
mate.
going to get it.
Oh
The
god.
Molly misses, and Seabear's going to take that. I mean, wow.
I get Feeble's low in that position, and he has a Molotov, but there's no way Seabear should have gotten that. Like, pros don't fake, and you got to realize at some point that, of course, when that Molotov goes out, if he doesn't peek you, it's a defuse, and either
Well,
way,
at that point, dude,
yeah,
as soon as
yeah,
the
too
Molly went
late.
down, he was on 1 second. Well played by Seabear there. He played that well. He knew where the positioning was, and unfortunately the Molly missed. Even then, he probably still would have been able to stick
Oh
it
yeah,
even if it hit him.
I'd imagine as well, if the man did decide to push him while he was defusing, he would have gotten off and just tapped him, given his health was so low. So tough situation there for Feeble.
Very rough though at the end. They did get mulched there on that CT site, and
Mate, I'm yawning.
they're going for another one. It seems like the apps push didn't work, and we're seeing no real pressure here on Banana. It seems like the CTs are now sort of playing Insight because they're used to it. So once again, you see that kind of just map pressure and working on the map over time.
This comes down to how Seabear and his ally hold
there,
it.
but he's gonna miss the shot, and he's gonna get. Is that a team kill?
Yeah, that's a team kill.
Oh, that's horrible.
Yeah, and we see the round 15 go to Guts. That team kill is going to be talked about between the team for quite some time.
Oh man,
That's
rough.
one of the worst situations. for
2
that
rounds
to happen.
of just getting grinded to shreds, really.
Which is, it's
That's
interesting.
unfortunate. I mean, what we've seen from them so far has been it's been nice to watch.
Yeah.
And it just kind of sucks to see them go out like this. To be fair, they can still come back from it, but like, it's a shaky buy here. If they can take this round, I'll be impressed.
I think it's going to
They're
come
going
down
to go back to their
AWP.
default here as well.
That AWP on Seabear, and he knows that the second mid, the smokes have come out into the A site, they're trying to get a quick rotate, but counter terrorist, I don't think they're buying it considering how Vanquish have been playing, and Nightmare almost getting a tap there onto Seabear. We've got one man in balcony. This is a standard setup here from the counter terrorists. It's going to be nice, to see how the terrorists deal with this, because every other round they've played slightly aggressive at some point, Guts, but not this round. They've played, and the round before, as you were saying, they've played completely passive and way back in sight, so this is a nice crossfire here from Fluke Artist.
Seems as though the CTs, they changed up their positioning on A side there. They've changed a player, yeah, and he's going to rotate almost immediately there, and T's, if they don't execute quickly, will probably meet a 3-man army on B side here, but the smokes are going down. CTs are now rotating, it's a full rotate over.
Now, I wish Auto Director would work a bit better, because it's leaving... Oh, shot there from C there. Can he get a second? No, he can't. And Gona's there to get a double. Nice double there, and I think this is it. Nightmare gets naded. I was waiting for it, and Feeble's last man, and he goes down as well. 16-11 to Guts. That... Oh.
Look, I'm happy that Guts managed to pull it together at the end there. It did get a bit risky though. They kind of let Vanquish get a few more rounds than maybe they should have. But what Vanquishers did was impressive. Really did like their T side more than their CT. They need to work on their CT, but T side, impressive stuff.
I gotta say, mate, your call was on point. 16-10 and it's 16-11. Oh,
Yeah, not this up.
Legit, mate. I think that's all the games for tonight. Yes, it is indeed. So, thank you very much for watching. I apologize for the second match. GeoTV went down. We weren't able to get it back up in time, but we managed to get you, a second map in the end, despite how long it took. So, I mean, that's been me, Hectic, and Harry the Phoenix, mate, because no one else is a Phoenix like you. Your wings. I mean, I can't stand it. It's too good. I think... the games tonight, Phoenix. Did you like the performance from the two teams? Oh, 4 teams technically. You think it was on par with what it should have been? I don't think it's here. I think he may have just left me. Alright, obviously he really needed to pee or something, so I will speak to you all tomorrow. We should be on tomorrow around the same time.
That. Mike just cut out.
Mate, it's all good. We should be on tomorrow around the same time. If you want to know our schedule, check us on Twitter, DGN, Harry Arthur, and Hector Knowles. We have been Division Gaming Network, and thank you very much for tuning in. See ya!